All right, I'm going to break down in detail how I make $3,500 every single month from a single investment. Oh, and by the way, this doesn't even include the fact that my parents make $7,000 every single month, net into their pocket, into their personal bank account every single month from this same investment vehicle. Let me just give you the backstory, okay? And how we stumbled into this, and then how all this money is calculated so you can do this too, even if you're in the military as an active duty individual or afterwards, or a military spouse, reservist. It doesn't matter. This is for the military community that I'm making this video, and I'm really excited because this helped me transition much smoother after being a Marine Corps officer in the active duty for 8.5 years, and then reserves now for 3 years, soon getting out, all that kind of stuff. So let me just start off by saying that real estate was not something that was on my radar. What I'm going to be talking about is real estate, but a particular kind of real estate that was able to produce this much income every single month. And it continues to do so consistently and growing. But real estate is something that's pretty magical because you have other people pay it off for you if you buy it as a rental. Like, if you think about it, those rents pay off a loan that's in your name. So it's like a reverse savings account, not to mention as the best tax benefits, period, end of story. The backstory here is that I was dating my now wife when she was in France and I was in flight school, and I wanted to figure out how I could make more income so I could see her more often. And I started researching passive income, real estate, all this kind of stuff, and I discovered that I really think real estate is the cornerstone of American wealth industry and all that kind of stuff, especially because our tax code is written to benefit real estate investors so heavily. Not loopholes, mind you. This is all by design. And so when I discovered this, I started getting into it, and I found out that the fastest way to get more income is to get into an apartment complex. And so I convinced my parents to go on this venture with me, and basically liquidated my some 529 accounts that were saved up for my siblings. Now, you might think that this is crazy, but the reason why they did that is because those 529 accounts, yes, those are for my siblings' college, but the reality is I'm the oldest of 7. We have a lot of kids in my family, and my parents obviously were planning on being grandparents someday and being able to visit our children now and all this kind of stuff. And if they didn't have enough income to do that and to actually spend time with the family that they've worked so hard on, like raising and all this kind of stuff, that it would all be a moot point. And so what we realized is education is important, but actually having the ability to continue staying a family in this crazy world was even more important. We liquidated that, paid some penalty taxes on it. I know that sounds crazy, but what ended up happening is we invested that as a down payment on a large apartment complex that was at the time only, and I'm saying only, $2.6 million. And now it's worth well into the fives, probably about 5.5. By the end of this year, I'm planning on it being worth about $6 million. So as you can imagine, it literally increased mine and my parents' net worth by over 7 figures combined, multiple 7 figures, and that has completely changed our life. Now, the reason why I make so much money is actually we overpaid back in the time. Believe me, it's not the best deal, but we waited long enough to where basically inflation and rising costs of everything increased how much we could charge for rent to be fair market value, not going above and beyond, but being fair market value. Like, I've had people comment, say, oh, you're a lieutenant slumlord. No, like, the reality is I'm actually very intentional about creating a property and a community that is healthy and safe and affordable. And by affordable, it literally is the market value of anything else in that area. And the reality is it's important for me to do so because if I didn't, then I wouldn't have people coming in and moving in, and therefore the business would fail. Because make no mistake, this is a business. Now, I have 56 people paying every single month, give or take a few when there's turnover, but I have 56 people paying every single month. And what that does is it covers more than all the expenses and the loan and everything, and that residual is what comes to our pocket. Now, the crazy thing is we basically don't pay almost any taxes on this because the property is split up into 27.5 pieces, chunks, according to the IRS. And every chunk is deducted against that income every single year. So it's a multi-million-dollar property. We make, 5-6 figures from this property every single year. And so that basically gets wiped out almost every single year. Almost all of that gets wiped out. What we put in our pocket gets wiped out by this 1/27.5 chunk of the value of the property. And so that's called depreciation. So if you're in the military and you're like, hey, I really like BAH because it's tax-free. Well, tax-free money is the best, okay? So if you want to get into real estate, I highly recommend you look at some of the links. We have a mentorship program that's fantastic. But we talk about this all the time at Active Duty Passive Income. And we really believe that the true way to impact 3 million military families over the next 10 years, which is our mission, is if we make more content, more videos, and we tell people about this. So the best form of appreciation and donation you can do for us is to just share this video. If you want to like and subscribe, go for it. But really sharing this is what really affects our mission positively, what drives our entire team who are obsessed with teaching military about this. So anyways, thanks for watching the video. See you guys in the next one.